What's up, everyone? All you Portal Masters out there, it's Video Game Super Freak, and I am bringing y'all another one of my Skylanders videos, and this time it's going to be Skylanders Giants, so let's hop right into it. We're going to talk about regular Skylanders. Now, the regular Skylanders were Skylanders that had these poses from the original game, but Activision and Toys for Bob are releasing the new Skylander Series 1 figures with new poses. Now, the new pose characters are going to be called Series 2 Skylanders, and this is what the Series 2 Spyro is going to look like. So, I actually like this new design. Alright, next up we got Double Trouble. This was his original design for the first game, and this guy was pretty hard for me to find. His new design shows him and his little tiki henchman, and yeah, so that's pretty cool. And it's got their upgrades, the upgrades, like they upgrade their backs or their shields or their swords or whatever. That's what it looks like on the new poses as well. Next up we got Wrecking Ball. Now, Wrecking Ball was a cute little grub-like fellow who came to life, I believe that's what his bio said, and not much of a difference except for the giant vampire-like teeth coming out of his bottom jaw, yeah. But yeah, I'm really excited for this one. This one looks really fun. Can't wait to try out this new version of Wrecking Ball. Next up we have Trigger Happy, and this is what Trigger Happy looked like in the original game. Pretty generic, you know. I mean, who doesn't want to be a Tasmanian devil looking thing with two giant gold guns? Yeah, that seems pretty epic. Alright, this is what his new form's gonna look like. It shows him showing off his turret, and for those of you who don't know, this was his third upgrade that you could get for the first game, him using the turret. Next up we have Drobot. Drobot originally looked like this in the first game, like he's about to pounce on something, which was pretty cool. One of my friend's personal favorite Skylanders. But I'm sure that my friend's really gonna like this new pose for him. This new pose looks pretty epic. I like the orange, all the new characters, the bottom instead of the green. I like that. It's a better color. Next up we have Drill Sergeant. Drill Sergeant was an Archean, whatever. And on the left eye, he's an Archean robot. On the left eye, it looks like that it was chipped off a piece. I thought that it was chipped off when I first got it, and I was like, oh no, I broke it or something, or it's defective. But then I realized, oh wait, this is how he's supposed to look. So I like this new Drill Sergeant better. He's got the cool little spike upgrades on his arm. Sweet. Next up we got a Zap here. Zap was one of my first water characters after Gil Grunt that I got, so arguably my second. He was one of my favorite characters to play with when I first got the game, next to Terrafin. So this is what he looks like now. I'm not too excited about the red pumps on his back, but his texture looks great. I mean, they really made him look more lifelike. Next up we have a Slam Bam from the water element as well. He's an Ice Yeti. And I really didn't like his first design. I mean, I was happy to get him. I mean, he was hard for me to find, but it looks like he's happy. And for an Ice Yeti, I think that he'd be like this, more like this. So I'm glad that they did this. And one of the upgrades that I chose, the upgrade path for him was increase your defensive, and that's what it looks like in the game. So now you can have your toy look like that. Next up we have Bash. Now, Bash was a very fun character. He's actually a dragon, but most fans call him a dinosaur because he looks more like an Ankylosaurus. But when you completely upgrade him up, this is what he looks like. He looks even more like a dinosaur, so I don't know why they just didn't make him a dinosaur. I mean, him and Dino Rang, I mean, they're the most dinosaur-looking ones in here. I mean, Dino Rang has Dino in his name. Next up, we have Prison Break. Prison Break was a cool character. I was a little disappointed when they didn't have his crystals light up, but in this game they do. And his pose was alright and was okay, but this new pose is way cooler. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm going to be buying all the Series 2 characters, but this is going to be the one that I have, number one on my list. Next up, we have a very interesting topic. We have Terrafin, and this is interesting because he was originally an adventure pack, Pirate Seas, which was $20. But now, but that was the only way that you could get him, unless you bought him on eBay or separate. People do that. But now you can buy him separately, like this. And this is what he looks like. When you buy his brass knuckles in the game, you can upgrade them even further, and this is what they look like for that upgrade pack. Next up, we have Igniter here. Not much of a difference with Igniter, just that his sword is now an axe, which is pretty sweet. And they're coming out with new versions of Igniter. I'm going to explain that later on in the video. But he looks pretty sick in this new form right here. And oh yeah, he's got the shield on his back. Yeah, just remember that. He looks pretty epic. Yeah. So I can't wait to get Igniter. Hopefully he's not going to be like the last wave like he was in the last game. Here we have a Flame Slinger. Flame Slinger was one of the Skylanders I got like in the middle days of my collecting. But this is what his new form looks like. His new form pretty generic. I mean, he's pulling back 3 bows instead of 1 now, 3 arrows. But yeah. Really cool. Like I said, I'm going to be purchasing all of the characters over again, Series 2. And here we have Eruptor. Sorry about the picture. It was really the only one I could really find. Sorry about that. But Eruptor was one of my least favorite characters. But now that they've made him look cooler, I think that I'm going to be playing him more. Like, he's got all those cool spikes on his back. And since I have some time here before the next clip, new Series 2 Skylanders have more upgrades, different upgrades. So yeah, that's why he looks cool, I think. Next up, we have Hex. Hex was a cool character for me. I was pretty resilient on buying her. Didn't know if her skills were any good, her upgrades, but they were actually surprisingly pretty well. So I'm glad I got her. This is what she looks like now, Series 2. She looks like she's holding up an orb with a skull inside of it. There's like some water or something circling her. I don't know exactly what that is, so I'll have to do more research about that. Next up, we have Cinder from the Undead Element as well. Cinder was originally working for some bad dude. Forgive me, I don't know much about the whole previous Spyro series. But then she switched back to good and started working for the Skylanders. That's the bio. I have to read the bio again. Forgive me, I'm like, again, Spyro knowledge. Next up, we have from the Undead Element, Chop Chop. Chop Chop was a cool character. I especially love Legendary Chop Chop. He's my personal favorite. Legendary Chop Chop next to Cinder. But yeah, I'm glad that they changed him up a little bit. I mean, I just love this sickle-looking like blade and this shield with like a bunch of spikes on it. I mean, this dude looks sick. I cannot wait to get my hands on this new Chop Chop. Impressive. Toys for Bob. Alright, next up we have Whirlwind from the Air Element. And Whirlwind's a pretty cool character. You can charge, once you fully upgrade her, she can charge up and make like this cosmic black hole, rainbow black hole thing, and like pulls in all the enemies and like implodes them all. Kind of like Tornado's thing. But not exactly like it. Here, just a different pose, and her horn is rainbow colored. Because she shoots rainbows out of her horn, but that wasn't displayed in the previous character model. Here we have Sonic Boom. Sonic Boom was originally like this. A hex was put on her eggs, and every time her eggs like go back every like a few minutes or something after they hatch, they go back to being an egg. So every time they hatch, she trains her egg children babies to fight every time they hatch. It sounds like a lot of work. Very hard parenting, but this is what her new form looks like. They have her child there, and you can shoot up to 3 in the game, make up to 3. And here we have Lightning Rod, the Zeus-looking character. Actually, he's derived from Zeus. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't wait to get him. He's a pretty cool character, pretty fun character, but he's a little hard to level up for some reason with me. I'm not too keen on the face. I'm not sure if this is the last model or whatever, but I think that they could have done more with that. It looks kind of sloppy. Yeah, so hopefully they can do something about that. Maybe that's not the last model. Here we have Stump Smash. Stump Smash was a fun character. I got him along with Flame Slinger and some other character I can't remember. But yeah, when you upgraded him, he got like these spikes on his stumps, and now he looks pretty epic. I think he's almost as tall as a giant, or close to a giant, when he's like that. Alright, next character we have is from the life element as well. We have Zook. He's got a bazooka in his hand, thus the name Zook. I got him with lightning rod and cinder in a 3-pack, and I had to buy him online because I couldn't find him anywhere else. His new character model looks pretty nice. That's what it looks like when you upgrade the bazooka in the game. And he's about to put it in. He's like, I will blow your mind out, your brains out if you come anywhere near me. And he's like smiling. He's like a trigger happy fellow, like trigger happy. Here we have Stealth Elf. Stealth Elf was a fun character. I remember getting her when I got the 3DS version, her along with Dark Spiral and Igniter. But now her I have 2 of them currently. And her new model looks like this, her running with the 2 upgraded blades that you can get in the game. And that looks pretty sweet. I really gonna be looking forward to getting that. Yeah, so yeah, that's it for this part. The next part I'm going to be talking about giants. Okay, so for the giants, the first giant that we saw, well, the first 2 would be T-Rex and Bouncer. T-Rex's name is a pun off of the dinosaur Tyrannosaurus Rex. They have a lot of dinosaur references in this game. T-Rex is from the life element, and he's kind of your melee kind of expert, your bruiser or whatever. He's got a melee, he melees a lot. He's got this cannon that he shoots out of his arm. He's got a ground pound ability or something like that, and like other giants, he can pick up boulders and like toss them at enemies. I'll put a link in the description showing off some of the giants' gameplay. Next up, as I said in the beginning when we started showing off T-Rex, was Bouncer. Now, Bouncer is from the tech element, if you couldn't already figure it out, and he shoots out like rockets or missiles from his fingertips, and he can shoot out missiles from his shoulders, so that's pretty cool. And instead of having a robotic voice in the trailer, he had more of like a human, not you know, a normal voice, not really a robotic voice like you think you would have. And this is what the giants will look like in their packaging. So nice packaging, pretty generic, but I like it. And at the bottom right, it tells you what games, which games they're compatible with. Next up, we have the female giant Ninjini, and she was originally imprisoned in a bottle until faith and determination she managed to learn the 2 dual sword trick, and she eventually broke out. Then she dedicated her life to being a Skylander. So there's some interesting information on Ninjini if you already didn't know. Next up we have from the earth element Crusher. For some reason he just reminds me of a character from Real Steel. I don't know why. He just does. Anyways, he looks pretty cool. He put on his dad's mining helmet when he was a little kid, and ever since then he just loved mining. And somehow he got involved with the Skylanders. I have to do more research on the bio. I'll leave a link in the description for each character's bio. And this is when you grab Crusher's Soul Gem, this is what it's going to look like when you first start out, when preview first starts out. So yeah, he looks pretty sweet, kind of like Prison Break. Yeah, like a buffer version of Prison Break. Next up, for the undead giants, we have Eyebrow. Ironic? He doesn't have eyebrows. Huh. Originally what happened was there was a big war between the headless bodies and the eyeballs, and then they finally suggested, instead of fighting, we should combine our forces and we could be an unstoppable force. So when they did this, they became one of the most powerful giants ever. And here's a preview of him shooting a blue laser out of his eyeball. I'm a fire in my laser! Pow! Sorry about that. Next up, for the fire element, we have Hothead, because he has fire coming out of his head, and ironically, he's made out of fire, magma, and lava, and volcanic crust. Yeah. Anyways, this is what he looks like when you get a soul gem. He looks younger here from the toy version. I'm hoping that's not his final version in the game, and I hope he looks a little bit more bulkier than that, kind of like this, but a little bit more bulkier. I hope they make him look a little bit like the flames, a little bit more like his toy form. I mean, his toy form just seems so much better than the actual in-game version. I'm not sure if that's just a rough sketching of him in the game, but you know, we'll just have to wait and see. You can't always get what you want. Next up, for the water element, we have a whale-looking giant named Thumpback, like a humpback whale, and that's ironic because he is a whale. He uses his anchor like a weapon, and he was on a pirate ship. Then he fell off or something like that. Then he was happy about that. He was marooned on an island for some time, and then he became the first Skylander because the rest of his crew became cursed or something like that. And then he dedicated to becoming a Skylander or the first Skylander or something like that. So, yeah, like I said, I'll leave a link in the description so you can read their bios and everything about that, about them on the Skylanders wiki or wikia or whatever it's called. So yeah, he looks like a cool giant. I can't wait to get him in Hothead and Eyebrow. I'm gonna get all of them. I just can't wait. Next up, for the air element, we have a bee-looking swarm character. And he was like a prince until he outgrew his hive, and he wasn't. The rule was you were never allowed to leave the hive, and then he left the hive because he outgrew his hive. Then he became a Skylander. So he's got like two dual blades on his knuckles, which looks pretty sweet. I'm gonna be getting him. He looks like a fun character to play around with for a little. So yeah, I will be getting Swarm. Next up, we have Part 3, the new regular-sized Skylanders. In addition to the previous Skylanders, new Skylanders will be added to each element, one Skylander per each element. For the magic element, we have an alchemist named Pop Fizz, and when he drinks the potion in his hands, he becomes a berserker, literally. He loses control. And there was actually a commercial of him on Tall Tales. Hopefully you'll be able to see that. I'll put a link in the description. So yeah, he looks like a pretty cool character. This is what his box art will look like. Pretty nice. Got a lot of magical stuff in the back. Yeah, he's probably gonna be one of my favorite magics so far when I get him. Next up, we've got the cute, adorable fire element puppy named Hot Dog. Ironic. Wait, I had a hot dog. He's not made out of hot dog, is he? No, I'm just joking. So here we see him on a lava platform. This is what he looks like. He's got the fire element on his collar tag, and this is what it looks like when you grab his soul gem in the beginning. So yeah, he looks like a fun little character. I'm curious to know what his powers are. So yeah, Hothead you can expect me getting. Next up we have Hothead's Hot Dog, not Hothead. Hot Dog's figure form. So yeah, pretty nice. Next up, for the Earth element, we have Flashwing. Interesting thing about Flashwing, Bash is madly in love with her. No one knows if she truly feels the same way about Bash. And when she first landed on Skylands, she portrayed Bash as an enemy and blasted him off of a platform. And people say that Bash flew that day for the first time. Ironic, because Bash is a dragon that was surprisingly born without wings. So, that's sad. Anyways, this is what she looks like. I will be buying her. She looks like a pretty sweet character. Next up, for the tech element, we have Sprocket, one of the characters that I am really not looking forward to getting, but will get to complete my collection. More humanoid than anything. Not really interested in that. More interested in like the Hot Dog and Flashwing and Pop Fizz and stuff like that. But like I said, I will be getting Sprocket just to complete my collection. Not trying to offend anyone if you really like Sprocket, but just not my personal favorite. Next up, we got Chill. Chill was the guard of the ice or water palace or something like that, and then her queen got captured on her watch by some trolls, and then she left her kingdom with no pride and hopes that she could return one day and join the Skylanders so that she could regain her pride, and she's always on the lookout for her missing queen. So I wonder how long this has been going on. Anyways, next up, for the undead element, one of the characters I really want to get is Fright Rider. Interesting thing about Fright Rider, someone put a hex on him so that he would stay in the underworld, so that he couldn't win his jousting tournament because he was like the best. So then he finally made it out, and then he fed his ostrich some seeds that turned him into undead, and they joined the Skylanders. But from time to time, they'll do jousting tournaments. Next up, we have another Skylander for the air element that many people saw during the trailers. I mean, he was in a lot of trailers. We have Jetvac. Jetvac is a pretty cool Skylander. He gave his wings so that a mother and her children could get out of a disaster or something like that. And now he's a Skylander, and he uses his vacuum to fly or glide or whatever. Thus the name Jetvac. So a pretty cool Skylander. You can get him for your starter pack, not the Portal Owners pack, sadly. So I'm going to be buying the starter pack. Next up, we have for the life element, Shroom Boom. Interesting thing about Shroom Boom, he was born in Chaos's garden, and waiting for, he was like pizza. He was going to cook him for like pizza or something like that. So he made a slingshot and launched him and his fellow brethren across the yard, and now he's a Skylander, and he can launch himself from his catapult thing, and he joined the Skylanders. So yeah. Okay, part 4. I'm going to be talking about special edition Skylanders, variant Skylanders. So here we have a golden hot dog. I am pretty confused. Is this going to be a legendary or a variant or new variants? Who knows? I'm interested to see what this is. Next up, we have Ninjini, the magic giant. Ninjini here is wearing this different outfit and has different swords, so I'm wondering what kind of a variant that will be. Definitely not a... It could be a legendary. I'm not sure, though. Who knows? Oh, and Giants for the 3DS, just like Dark Spyro, there is a special Skylander that you can only get for the 3DS version. Punch Pop Fizz. So he's punch colored. Yeah. So when I get my 3DS version of Giants along the road somewhere, you can expect gameplay of that. And that's him just right there. Yeah. And here's a Granite Crusher. This is and has been confirmed. This is a darker colored, granite colored Crusher. And this is what he looks like in game. This is not Photoshop, nothing like that. This is an actual character that will be released. So maybe there will be more characters like that, you know, variant-wise. Maybe that's what Ninjini and Hot Dog are. Who knows? Next up, we have Whirlwind, one of my favorite air elements next to Warnado. And she's white this time. Interesting. And here we have Flashwing, a green Flashwing, and a normal colored Flashwing. Next, and in the back you can see the white, you know, the bird one. I can't remember the name. I'll write it down on the thing. And here we have a legendary bouncer, so Giants will be legendary. And here we see legendary Chill and legendary Jetvac. These characters will be legendary. Jetvac, however, will be in a 3-pack with legendary Slam Bam and legendary Igniter. Next up, I'm going to be talking about light cores. So hopefully my friend will be liking the new version of Drobot, which is a light core, and he looks pretty sweet. And here we've got Eruptor, and again, they made him look epic. So yeah, I'm going to be getting that version of Eruptor. He looks pretty sweet. Next up, we have Shroom Boom. His light and his eye and the bottom of him light up. So cool. Here we have Hex, and the bottom of her dress, skirt, cloak, or whatever lights up, and the skull in her hand light up. The skull in her hand light up, I believe. Alright, here we have Jetvac. The inside of his vacuum lights up, and I believe some parts of his clothing do as well. Here we have Pop Fizz version of Light Core, and the 2 bottles in his hand light up, and I think his eyes do, I'm not sure. Here we have Prison Break, and thank you, my prayers have been answered. His crystals light up. And we have a Chill. I'm sure her weapons light up. I'm thinking that's the only thing on her that does, though. Alright, here we got the final part. Pre-order bonuses or perks. However you want to use it, that's up to you. Now, let's get into it. GameStop will be having their pre-order bonus. It consists of Series 2 Chop Chop, the Dragon Fire Cannon, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, and Shroom Boom. So it appears that the only way to get Series 2 Chop Chop or Shroom Boom and this cannon is to pre-order it or to buy it on GameStop. So I'm going to be pre-ordering it because something like this goes quickly if you know the Skylanders community like I do. So yeah, I hope you guys are able to get your own copies. Next up, we have Toys R Us. Now, GameStop and Toys R Us are the only ones so far that I know of that have pre-order bonuses. Correct me and if I'm wrong in the comments below. Please do, and I will update this video. Interesting thing about Toys R Us, they're giving away a free Trigger Happy character. So I'm confused. Which kind of Trigger Happy do you think is this going to be? Is it going to be a Series 2, most likely? Trigger Happy? Or could it be a pretty rare one? Like the upcoming 2 pictures? Like Game 1 Trigger Happy? Series 1 Trigger Happy? Or Legendary Trigger Happy? The last 2, you could only get the Series 1 Trigger Happy by $70 buying the original game. And the Legendary Trigger Happy, that's really hard to find unless you're getting it off Amazon or eBay. Anyways, thanks for watching the video. Skylanders Giants will be available October 21st and is available for pre-order. I can't wait to get this game. I will be posting videos when the game first comes out, and I hope that you guys are willing to watch them. Thanks, you guys, and remember, keep playing Skylanders.